Well, good day, viewers, and welcome to today's Sports Tribe Show. I am your host, Brian Munango, unpacking the latest sports news. Well, with that being said, let's get into today's hit list. Well, Johan, Muller, CEO of Cricket Namibia, talks to NTV about the new National Cricket Stadium in Windhoek and future plans of Cricket Namibia. Here, Tillman reports.
I've got Mr. Johan Muller, the CEO of Cricket Namibia, with me. Johan, today was the starting point of a very important period for Cricket Namibia. Yesterday, Namibia qualified for the third time for the Cricket World Cup 2024. That's going to be hosted in the West Indies and the USA. Johan, what is the future plans for Cricket Namibia?
Yeah, Tilman, it was quite an historic day. Maybe just also mentioning that it started raining, and I think that's so needed in the country. So that is a big positive. The fact that our team qualified again for the third T20 World Cup. And then also this morning we announced the official stadium design of the sports complex called Cricket Stadium High Performance Centre that we're going to build. That is already starting in next year. So it was quite an exciting morning business breakfast that we had with all our business partners. And to be able to announce it is truly a humbling experience to stand in front of people and announce that our team qualified again for a third World Cup. Also having to mention that our under-19s qualified for a World Cup, and our women will be playing a qualifier now in Uganda in December to qualify for their World Cup. So plans moving forward is quite interesting. It's the start of a 4-year cycle, as you mentioned. So that's 4 years that we have in terms of stable revenue generation, which means that we can strategize the rollout and the growth of our cricket programs. That's from grassroots all the way through schools, hardball, girls cricket, women's cricket, and all the way through to our national teams. Some of the areas we're focusing on is, for the first time, we're going to be a sporting code that will contract full-time women's cricket players. And I'm saying that slowly for the purpose that it needs to sink in, because it's quite a unique concept in Namibia that female athletes can be full-time contracted professional athletes, and we are very proud to announce that. That's one of our highlights for the next 4 years. We're also announcing high performance contracts for our bright talent that's out of school, that's leaving school, to retain that talent. We're going to optimize our staff structure, and we're also going to focus on our stadium design that needs to become a revenue model and a revenue stream for cricket moving forward.
Johan, obviously the National Cricket Stadium still not even in its baby shoes yet. It's first in its germination process, if I can put it that way. How far is the planning, and when is the possible building going to start with the stadium?
We in the final contracting phase with City of Windhoek, so land was allocated. We have started with earth moving, and then also we've put in irrigation already. We have worked in fertilizer into the soil, looking to start planting the 6th of December, and we have also started with the main building of the cricket pitch that's in the middle. The plans are being submitted to City of Windhoek this week. We're doing a costing on it so that we can tender for contractors. Appointment of contractors end of January, and then hopefully building process to start the beginning of March, with the completion date end of May 2025.
And then in May 2025, I suppose there will be the first tournament or cricket on the stadium?
Yeah, the plan is, and we had confirmation that New Zealand will play 2 T20Is in June in Namibia, but they have put those plans on hold. So we are looking for a big international team to tour into Namibia in June, July. But if that's not the case, we do have quite a number of other tournaments that starts from July in Namibia.
Johan, the capacity of the stadium, we're not talking seating capacity, but the total capacity, how big is that going to be?
We'll be able to accommodate 7,500 spectators. We try to keep it Namibian, and I'm saying that with how people in Namibia like to view sports. We don't like to sit on concrete surfaces, so we're keeping it to a grass embankment with flat areas on the top ends of those embankments where people can view the game in a very relaxed atmosphere. We'll bring in temporary seating when it's World Cup events. but we're trying to stay true to how people in Namibia like to watch sport, which is a very informal and a social concept where they enjoy nature, and that's also why we sustain and retain all the trees around the facility.
Johan, you mentioned 150 tons of chicken manure and 150 tons of what do you call it?
Plant-based compost.
Plant-based compost. That is quite a lot.
Yes, we did our research on it, Tilman. To be honest, we don't have a lot of money to invest in this, so we need to do it right the first time. So we've consulted with quite a number of specialists in the field and worked it out based on their recommendations, how the quality of the soil needs to look before we plant. So we're trying to do that in the correct manner. And yes, we've worked in almost 300 tons of compost into the field, and the last batch is arriving on Monday.
Johan, another thing is how many pitches are in the mine for the national stadium?
We'll co-develop both fields. So the top field is currently under lease contract with City of Windhoek, but then a new field at the bottom. We'll do 8 new pitches on each of them. So that's 16 new cricket pitches in total, which will also mean that we'll use that as a training venue for our national teams and our performance programs.
Johan, the bully, the clay that's going to be used for the cricket pitches is coming from the north. And you said that how many tons will that be approximately?
About 400 tons of bully. Bully is a clay content, a soil with a high clay content. We've developed that in Grootfontein with a local farmer there, and we've sent the soil for quite a number of tests in South Africa, but also locally, to test the clay content of it and to compare that with other international pitches, and it's come back very positive, which means that we can build a local cricket ground with local material.
Fantastic. Johan, lastly, what I saw about the stadium, the proposal, and it looks very nice, it looks modern. It's not just going to be a cricket stadium, but a business center as well.
It will be a high-performance sports center, looking to create sports development, high-performance sport, cricket specifically, and then obviously host international events.
Okay. Johan, thank you very much for your time. I'm Tilman for NTV. Till next time, goodbye.
Well, we got news that came in earlier from Ghana saying the brave Gladiators safely touched down in Ghana, gearing up for their Women AFCON first leg qualifier on Friday, December the 1st in Accra at 5 o'clock. The action continues with the second leg match on Tuesday, December the 5th, 2023 at the Lucas Moripe Stadium in South Africa, kicking off at 3. So we definitely do wish the girls good luck. After a big loss against Morocco, they will be looking to bounce back against a resilient Ghana, so we look forward to that match right there. Gaborone United have announced that they will have parted ways with our Namibian defender Kennedy Amutenya with immediate effect. Well, his contract with the club has been terminated due to disciplinary issues after having a fight with a teammate in Nkaloang during training before the start of the season. Well, Kennedy was suspended along with the striker Omkatabese Mangatani in October for disciplinary issues, and both got their contracts terminated by Gaborone FC. Our boxing promoter Ims Emmanuels gives us an update on what boxers should be doing more often to unite the boxing industry, and this is what he had for us.
Ims, welcome. I'm sure that it was indeed a good weekend where we witnessed boxing here inside the country. That was the Kinder Promotions boxing event. Well, how did you assess this one?
No, this was actually a good show in terms of developing upcoming boxers that are entering the professional rank. And I think Namibia have a lot of talent. And we will still go back and say all we need is all the promoters to get sponsorship, especially the promoter those who've been consistent in good time and bad time, whether there's money or not, they never stop promoting boxing. So I think the talent is there. Even the Saturday fight at Wanderers that was under Kinder Promotion, where I was also involved assisting Kinder to make sure that everything runs smooth. So we discover a lot of good talents from different clubs. And I think I'm looking forward to say it will be a very good move if we start having all these fighters fighting each other from different clubs, and also to make sure that promoters must be able to compete against each other here in the country, because Namibia have got more quality boxers compared to countries like Zimbabwe, Tanzania, South Africa. So whenever the Namibian boxers are fighting each other, there is always good action, and the people are start loving our local fighters. So I think we just need to put more effort, and of course to encourage the corporates to come on board. So whenever they get involved in boxing, they must make sure that they actually really follow the procedures and see who are the people involved in the sport, who are the people that really have the interest of boxing at heart. Because number don't lie, and then if you've been following boxing, you can see that all these promoters, they have been doing well, and of course we just need to fund them, and that's what is needed for boxing. Especially from my side of AC boxing, I have set a record. I've been doing boxing for the past 8 years as a promoter without a sponsor, and I've been consistent doing 3 fights a year, 2 fights a year. We've been involved international, making sure that the boxing is at the level to be able to compete with the Americans. So we can only get good results if we can set our foundation right, and that's to invest, because boxing is quite costly, even though it's not that too much expensive. But if you have an assistant financially, it makes life easy for the promoter to do events, and to also discourage the boxers if they can fight ever after 2 months, then it will also help them, because now the challenge that we have is the funds, where you find a boxer who is now upcoming and you only have like 2 fights a year. That's really less, and I think those boxers at the age of 20 to 21, they're supposed to fight like 4 times a year or to 5 times a year, because the more they're active, they will also improve their skill level, and that will also build the interest of boxing in the country. And I think that's really the thing that we need to focus come 2024. Right. And the unity of promoters. I think I need people to work together for the benefit of the sport. We don't need to like each other like this and that, but the business of boxing must not be affected just because there are people that don't want to be close to each other. But at the end of the day, that can be done also if the boxing commission set up good rules that force promoters to work together in terms of competition, especially when it comes to the national championship, because those are championships that are being run by the commission. So if the boxer from this table is now qualified to fight this, it's now for the commission to push and say this fight must happen, because they are part of this program. I think that's all I can say. Mm-hmm. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Ames. We're looking forward to hearing more plans from you. I'm sure that will come in due course as well, where we hear from the AC boxing and the year and all that. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Well, a short break after this, and we'll be back with Sharpshooter.
We've always had the bravery to stand up for what is Namibian, from protecting our homes to fighting injustices. We still celebrate what it means to us and raise a glass to those who show their bravery. No matter how they take on the world, with all this potential in the land of the brave, what will you do to make this Namibia your Namibia?
Well, the Green Kick football exhibition match between Global United FC and the Coastal Legends was one occasion that lived up to expectations, as it was a go-fest. Well, the game between the two sides ended 6-6. Well, Global United chairman Freddie Bobic, all the way from Germany, spoke to us about his time in Namibia just before the match, and this is what he had to share. Okay, well, for this one, we are joined by Freddie Bobic, all the way from Germany, ambassador of Global United FC. Freddie, just tell us, how are you loving your time here in Namibia?
I love it, so it's not the first time I'm here, I think the fourth time from 2010 until now. It's always great. The people are very friendly, to us, and we feel like home, Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, it's good to see you guys here again. Green Kick events is on again. It's wonderful to see. Just run us through it. Your time here in Namibia, how has it been? What did you guys do? And yeah, did you guys achieve all that you needed to?
Yeah, right. Until now, we achieve everything, So we've been to kindergarten, to schools, today we've been also in the morning time to a really nice school with kids, authentic kids, autism, with autism, and that was really nice to see how they treat the kids, and so we are following a lot of projects here. We are partners, and very thankful that the people also of Namibia are doing a lot of good things with the money we raise also in Europe.
Okay, well, I mean, it being said, you guys not only focus on football, but you guys focus on always giving back to the community and educating. Yeah, just tell us more what was done to educate the kids in this project.
Football is always a great thing also for the kids. They give them hope, they give them structure, they give them discipline, they give them everything. So also for their personal life. And we are glad, as former football players, professional football players, that we can give something back, So after the career, I think we have enough time to do that, And I have so many fellows, they follow us, from all over the world. That's why we are Global United with 350 ex-football football players, professional football players worldwide. And so not only in Namibia, also in South Africa, we've been in so different places, playing also a bit football, but also caring about the projects and giving the young people a chance, for the future. I think what you can say is you cannot do something better now.
Okay, well, if I'm not mistaken, I think you won the European Cup. I think that it was supposed to be
This was 96.
1996. Is that the Champions League? Was that the Champions League?
No, this is the European Championship. It's like the Africa Cup,
Oh, the European Championship. Speaking of then and now, how do you think football has evolved? If we do speak of football.
Football is totally different right now. Much faster, different rules. We have the VAR, this kind.
The VAR.
Everything and technology is coming in, I think the quality is it's not better, but they're better trained. All the countries, So we have more competitive games, to watch, and that's always you see in the World Cup or in the Africa Cup, everywhere, So that's a good thing, Everybody is now involved in the new technologies, also bringing to football, and the players are more professional than we've been 20, 30 years ago.
Okay, well, and your thoughts on VR? Do you like VR? Are you with it? Are you against it?
I don't like it. I like the natural, traditional way of football.
Yeah, it takes away from the sport. It takes away from the
Today's no VR here, I think so.
So hopefully we don't have VAR here, so that we can have some good football.
We have to trust in a really good referees here.
And I'm sure we do have those. But the projects you guys had in Promised Land, the projects that you guys had going on in Sokomun in DRC, those are really beautiful things that you guys are doing. And just run us through it. How was your time at DRC that you guys did there? Just checking out the things. You guys did a few renovations in Walvis Bay, and you guys also painted in Narvel. At the soup kitchen. So just tell us a little bit about that.
That's always great, because the whole group, they have so much joy and fun to do that, If you see the pictures, then you see how much fun the guys have. And that's the point. It's not to coming here and say you have to do that. No, they want to do that. So I think that's the key. If you have a good group, and we have a great group, everybody's coming with no payment or something like that. So. That's why this organization so unique. Also in Germany. And everybody asks us, why are you guys doing this? And we say, because we believe in that, So we can give some hope and do something good,
Okay, well, Green Kick, Can we still be guaranteed that it will be going on for the couple of years to come? I mean,
sure.
COVID is now out of the way.
We're now from 2010 here. You know, I think, I don't know, for the 7th, 8th time. Okay, COVID was a break, you know, at the time for everybody. But still, we will come here every year. You know?
Lovely and good to hear. Well, you guys heard it from the man himself. So we'll be coming back here more often, but we will be watching the beautiful game that's up next between Global United and Coastal Legends.
Enjoy.
Okay, thank you for your time. Freddie Bobic, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he did end up conceding 6 goals, but that's not the topic of discussion. Well, Johan is on standby with international news coming up right after the break.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news and starting off with cricket news first. It is the T20 series taking place between Australia and India, and it's a 5-game series. Third game was won by Australia, and it is India that lead the series now by 2-1. And it was a high scoring game, very exciting, and it was India that scored 222 for the loss of 3 wickets, and then Australia replied with 225 for the loss of 5 wickets, and lots of runs, lots of 4s and 6s in that game. Australia's player of the match was Glenn Maxwell. He scored 104 unbeaten runs off just 48 deliveries, scoring the winning runs of the second last ball of the game. Earlier, it was Ruthjai Gutwat for India that scored 123 runs off just 57 deliveries. The 4th game will be played on Friday, and the 5th game in the series will be played on Sunday. Moving on to golf news, and it's the South African Open Golf Tournament for men that will take place in Johannesburg at the Blair Athol and Equestrian Estate, and it's sponsored by Investec, and a strong field that's assembled for the tournament. It's defending champion Tristan Lawrence that will again defend his title, and other high-profile South African players in action. It is also Dylan Fratelli that will play in the tournament, also Christian Besaidnout and Dean Burmeister that won the past weekend, and also Charles Schwartzel, and he's the past champion as well. Lots of money to play for. It is a total amount of €1 million that's on offer for prize money. That is €20 million in total for the tournament. Also, a few players from overseas that will play. It will be Hunter Epson from the USA that will be in action, and also Anton Carlson from Sweden. Also 5 amateurs that will play in the tournament. Christo Lamprecht will also play in the tournament. He won the British Amateur earlier in the year and also competed in the British Open earlier this year. And closing off today's international sports news with the soccer news, Champions League soccer action, and it was Newcastle that was denied a famous win in Paris against PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, and they drew the game 1-1 after a very controversial VAR penalty was given to the home team PSG. That was in the 98th minute, and it was 1-1. It ended in Paris, and that was in Group F, so that means that Newcastle is now 3rd on the points table, and it is 2 points behind PSG. That's got 7 points at the moment. Leading Group F is Borussia Dortmund on 10 points. Also in Group G, it was Manchester City that came back from behind, playing at home at the Etihad Stadium. They beat RB Leipzig by 3-2. They were down 2-0 earlier in the game, but it was goals from Erling Haaland and then the winner by Julian Alvarez in the 87th minute that earned Manchester City the win by 3-2. They comfortably lead Group G by 15 points, and it is Leipzig second on 9 points, and way ahead of Young Boys on 4 points. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
It's the season for savings at Wurman Brock. Get an Ola-rich and creamy ice cream tub for $59.99. 500-gram Rama Original Margarine for $24.99. 2-liter liter Rietfontein juice or sensation for $37.99. 5 kg Rice King rice for just $89.99. And Huggies jumbo packs for only $209.99. See all our specials online at www.voermanbrock.com. We care.
And just like that, we've come to the end of today's Sports Trap show. Sports Trap will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. And also, do not forget that we do have Champions League tonight. Hopefully, we will see Manchester United beat Galatasaray and qualify for the round of 16s. But like I said, hopefully. With that being said, we've come to the end of the show. And from me, Brian Munango, it is goodbye.